Close your eyes gently and allow your breathing to slow. There is no rush here, no urgency. Only a quiet journey back through time. Imagine a narrow street made of uneven stone. The air is cold, slightly damp, carrying the faint smell of smoke and earth. Somewhere in the distance, you hear the low murmur of voices. Not loud, not chaotic, but steady, expectant. You are standing in a medieval town. Life here is simple but unforgiving. There are no second chances for many, and no room for mistakes that break the rules of society, because in this world, order is everything. Without it, people believe chaos would take over, and so punishment becomes more than correction. It becomes a message, a warning, a performance. At the center of the town, there is a wooden structure, rough, worn, splintered by time. It stands quietly, yet it draws attention more than anything else around it. The stocks. A person is brought forward. Slowly, their hands are tied, their movements controlled. There is no resistance now. That moment has already passed. They are placed into the wooden frame, their head and hands locked tightly in place. At first, nothing happens, just silence. Then, people begin to gather, one by one, then in groups. Faces appear, curious, some indifferent, some amused. And then the first laugh, soft at first, almost hesitant. But it spreads. Soon there are voices, comments, insults whispered, then spoken louder. The person in the stocks cannot move, cannot hide, cannot escape the eyes or the words. Time passes slowly. The sun rises higher, burning against their skin. Sweat forms. Muscles begin to ache. Standing becomes unbearable, yet there is no relief. Then something hits them. A soft impact. Rotten fruit. The crowd reacts. Some laugh louder. Others join in. More objects are thrown. This is not just punishment. This is humiliation made public. And in a small medieval town, humiliation can last a lifetime. But this is only the beginning, because there are punishments far worse waiting in darker places. Now, imagine being taken away from the open square, away from the light, down a narrow stone staircase where each step echoes softly. The air becomes colder, heavier. You are led into a chamber dimly lit by flickering torches. Shadows move along the walls, stretching, shrinking. In the center of the room, there is something unfamiliar. At first glance, it looks like a simple wooden frame, but it is not. It is the rack. The person is laid down carefully, their wrists tied, their ankles secured. There is a stillness in the room now, a tension almost physical. A man stands beside the device. He does not speak much. He does not need to. Slowly, he begins to turn a handle. At first, nothing. Then, a slight pull, the body resists. Muscles tighten instinctively. There is discomfort, but manageable. The handle turns again, and this time, the pain begins. Not sharp at first, just a deep, growing pressure. A stretching feeling that the body knows is wrong. The person tries to hold on, to endure, but the human body has limits. The stretching continues. Joints strain, ligaments pull. The pain becomes impossible to ignore, and still the handle turns because the goal is not always punishment. Sometimes it is confession, truth forced out through suffering, whether real or not. And eventually, most people will say anything to make it stop. Now, leave that room behind. Walk further into an even quieter place. There is no crowd here, no voices, only silence. A pit has been dug into the earth, deep enough that once inside there is no way out. The person is brought forward. There is fear now. Not loud, but deep. Quiet, heavy. They are placed inside. The earth feels cold. The walls close. And then it begins. The opening above is slowly covered. Light fades, bit by bit, until there is nothing left. No sound, no movement, no sense of time. Only darkness. Total, endless darkness. At first, the mind races, thoughts collide, panic rises. But eventually, something changes. Time stretches. Minutes feel like hours. The silence becomes overwhelming, and the mind begins to turn inwards. Memories surface, regrets, fears. In this place, the greatest torment is not physical. It is isolation. Now, return once more to the surface. The town is louder here. There is movement, anticipation, because something else is about to happen. A tall wooden post stands in the ground. Around it, carefully arranged, pieces of wood, dry ready. A person is brought forward, their hands bound. The crowd gathers again. This time, there is less laughter, more tension, more expectation. The person is tied to the post. There is no escape now. A torch is brought forward. The flame flickers gently at first, almost calm. Then it touches the wood. Smoke rises, thin, curling into the air. The fire grows slowly. It does not rush. The heat increases. The air becomes harder to breathe. The crowd watches, some silently, some whispering, some believing this is justice. But even here, even in this moment, there is something deeply human. Fear, not just from the one bound, but from those watching, because they understand that it could be them, that the line between safety and punishment is thinner than it seems. The fire burns as a warning, a message written in heat and smoke. Do not step out of line, or this could be your fate. Now, slowly, step away from this place. Let the sounds fade, all becoming quieter, further away. As time moves forward, the world begins to change. Very slowly, ideas shift. People begin to question, is fear truly justice? Over centuries, these questions grow louder, and eventually many of these punishments disappear, replaced by systems that try to be fairer. The past does not vanish. It lingers in stories, in the stones of ancient buildings that have seen more than we can imagine. So now, as you rest, let these images drift away. You are no longer in that world. You are here, safe, calm. Take a slow breath in and gently let it out. Everything is quiet now. Everything is still, and the past fades softly into the distance.